Okay, so today we're going to be reviewing the angles of a triangle, basically. We're going to review actually going to be 4.1 when we end up doing this unit. And it's the triangle unit, just finding all the different missing angles, basically. So, to do this unit, we need to basically understand three concepts. There's three main concepts we talked about this unit. The first one is all the inside angles of a triangle, all those interior angles. If you add them all together, it equals 180 degrees, right? So all the inside angles of a triangle add up to be 180 degrees. The next thing that you need to understand is supplementary angles, okay? That's if you have two angles that form a straight line, or more than two angles, any angle combination of angles that form a straight line between the sides, like this, they're what we call supplementary, and they add up to 180. If you draw in the angle sign, right, it creates a half circle. Circles have 360 degrees, and this is a half circle, so 180 degrees, okay? If I had another angle coming out of the back and I connected those, it'd be a full circle, 360 degrees, right? But if you have two lines form a straight, or two angles that form a straight line, it is 180 degrees. And then the last main thing you need to remember is if you have an intersection like this, two lines intersecting, so you have two angles that are opposite each other, that's what we call vertical angles. And we know that those angles are going to be equal to each other. Okay, so those are the exact same thing. So those are the three main concepts that we have gone over for this unit. Okay, interior angles add up to 180, vertical angles are equal to each other, supplementary angles add up to 180. Okay, so we're going to use those ideas to solve for missing angles. So this is what the test is going to look like. I'm going to go through every problem except for the two we're going to take off the test, but I'll show you how to do it, and if you have any questions or concerns, you can ask your teachers. We're here to help. But let's go through this. I'm going to go through this kind of quickly, so if you have any concerns or questions, you can go back, rewind, and watch that question again. I'm going to zoom in here a little bit, so we're going to focus on each question individually. So hopefully I don't block anything out as I do this. Okay, first question. I see I have two angles of that triangle. So to set this up, I know that all three added together equal 180, right? So 122 plus 24 plus this question mark equals 180. Okay, so then you would just add those together. 122 plus 24 is 146, so I would do 180 minus 146, which is 34. Okay, so that question mark should equal 34. I just added those together and subtracted them to get the next number there. Okay, same idea here on number 2. I know these two angles, the box means 90 degrees, right? Okay, so I just add those together and set it equal to 180. So 90 plus 65 plus question mark equals 180. So again, just to kind of show you what I did on the calculator in the first problem, I combined the like terms. So 90 plus 65 is 155 plus question mark equals 180. And then you would minus the 155 from each side, and the question mark would have to equal 25 degrees. So that would be your answer. Okay, not too tough, right? Let's try another one. So this one, number 3, I need to find this question mark. Now, what I need to know to do that is I need to find this inside angle. I don't know that, but I know it's supplementary with the question mark. So basically, I got to solve for a couple things before I can actually solve for the question mark. So I know this angle is 20 degrees. If I knew this angle, I could use those two angles to find this angle. So let's do that. So I know these two angles are supplementary, right? So if I do 180 minus 110, that's going to give me 70 degrees. Okay? And then 70 plus 20 is 90. So if I do 180 minus 90, that's going to give me 90 degrees. Okay? And then since I know those are supplementary, if I do 180 minus 90, it should give me my question mark. Okay? So that would be 90 is my question mark. And that's my answer. Okay? 90-degree angle. All right, let's try the next one. So this one, I need to find the question mark here, that angle. Now, I know this is vertical with this, which means those are equal to each other, right? So if I could figure out this angle, I could figure out that. Well, I know this angle is vertical with this angle, so I know this has to be 97 degrees as well. Since I know those two, I can take them, add them together, and take them away from 180. So 20 plus 97 is 117. So 180 minus 117 is 63 degrees. So I know this is 63. And since they are vertical, I know the question mark also has to be 63 degrees. So that would be my answer. Okay? Not too tough, right? We're just using all those concepts we talked about before. So let's do another one. So this one, I know all three angles here, but I'm trying to solve for x here. So I add them all together and set them equal to 180. So 60 plus 70 plus 6x minus 10 all equals 180. I just took all the inside angles and added them together, set it equal to 180. Then I'd combine my like terms, 60, 70, minus 10. So that would be 130, 120. So 6x plus 120 equals 180. Okay, then minus, it's just a two-step equation, minus the 120 first. It gives you 6x is equal to 60. Always get rid of the add, subtract first, right? And then divide by 6, and x is equal to 10. And that's your answer. Okay? Same idea here for number 6. I know all three angles. The box means 90, so you just add them together. So 26 plus x, whoops, I wrote 2x. 26 plus x, and then plus 90, plus 70 equals 180. Okay? So combine like terms, 90 plus 70 is 160, plus 26 would be 186. Yeah. So x plus 186 is equal to 180. So then you'd minus 186 to each side, and x is equal to negative 6. Now that is possible, right? Because we don't actually know what this angle is. As long as it's not a negative angle, you're fine. If I put in the negative 6 here, it just makes this angle 20 degrees, right? So it is possible for a variable to be negative with these. Okay. This one right here. So I see 7x plus 18. Okay, sorry, I had a little disruption there. Okay, so on this problem, I can see that there is this is the x I'm trying to solve for, right? I can tell that it's a vertical angle with this angle. So if I can solve for that, I know what I can set this equal to, right? It'll equal, 7x plus 18 will equal whatever this is. Okay, so let's see if I can solve for this angle. I know this angle is vertical with this, so this has to be 40 degrees. So then if I take those two angles away from 180, that'd be 85, right? So 180 minus 85 is 95, right? So this is 95 degrees. So I know 95 has to equal 7x plus 18. So I can set that up and solve. So 7x plus 18 has to equal 95. And this is a two-step equation, right? minus the 18 from each side. So 95 minus 18 is 77. So 7x is equal to 77. And then you would divide by 7, and x is equal to 11. That's your answer. Okay, x is equal to 11. Then, number 8 here. I can see this is where the x is, right? I know it is supplemental with that angle, so those two add up to 180. So if I can figure out that angle, then I should be able to find what x is equal to. So I know these two angles are vertical, so this has to be 67 degrees. These two are supplemental, so I can do 180 minus 112 to get this angle. 180 minus 112 is 68 degrees. Okay. Then I can use those two to figure out this angle. So it would be 68 plus 67 is 135. So 180 minus 135 is 45 degrees. And then those two together add up to 180, right? Because they're supplemental. So that's my equation. X plus 141 plus 45 is equal to 180. So that would be 186, I believe. X plus 186 equals 180. And we're going to get the same answer as number 6. When you minus 186, you get x is equal to negative 6. And that'd be your answer. Okay? All right. Few more problems to do here. Bear with me, guys. Again, you can fast forward, rewind if you need to. Okay. Number 11. We're skipping 9 and 10 here. So number 11, we need to find this question mark. I can see it's supplemental with that angle, so if I can figure out that angle, I can figure out this. Well, I've got a little bit to do here. I can see these are complementary, which means they add up to 90, but I don't know either one, so I need to figure out at least one of them to figure out the other one. And then I know these two are supplementary, so if that's 89, this has to be 91 degrees. Okay, so then since I know those two, I can add them together, take them away from 180. So 91 plus 55 is 146. So 180 minus 146 is 34. So this angle is 34 degrees. And since I know both these angles add up to 90 degrees, if I take 34 away from 90, so 90 minus 34 is 56 degrees. And then since I know those two angles, I can take them away from 180, and I get 46 up here. And then since I know that angle, I can take that away from 180, and 180 minus 46 is 134 degrees. Sorry, I didn't necessarily show all that work. Again, basically I was just doing, this was supplementary, so those add up to 180, right? So that's where I got the 91. If I have 89, 91 would be what's left of the 180. And then those two, or these three, all add up to 180, right? So I added those two together, took them away from 180 to get 34. And then I took 34 away from 90 to get 56. And then I added those together, took them away from 180 to get 46. And then took 46 away from 180 to get 134. Okay. And then our last one here. So I need to find this angle right here. So I know it's supplementary. So basically I need to find that angle to solve for this. Well, to find that angle, I need to know this angle. To get that angle, I need to know this angle because all three of these are supplementary. And to get that angle, I need to know this angle. And these are supplementary. Okay, so I got to start over here, solve for this angle, and then use that angle to solve for this angle, use that angle to solve for this angle, use that angle to solve for this angle, use that angle to solve for this angle. Just a chain reaction. You just keep solving, and basically everything I'm doing here, I'm just going to be taking things away from 180 every time. So like right here, it's 180 minus 120, because those two add up to 180, which is 60 degrees. Okay? And then 60 plus 30 is 90, so I'm going to do 180 minus 90, which is 90 degrees. Okay? Then 90 plus 45 is 135, so 180 minus 135 is going to be 45 degrees. And then that's 85, so 180 minus 85 is 95 degrees. And then the last one, 180 minus 95 is 85 degrees. Okay? And that would be your answer. They all ended up being supplementary, or the inside angles of triangles. So the whole pattern was just taken away from 180. Okay, the last one. This one is just a bunch of different pieces, and you need to find different pieces in order to solve for the missing one. So let's go through and solve some of these. So right off the bat here, I can solve for f. Let me zoom out a little bit because this is a bigger problem. Okay. So I know all the angles of a triangle add up to 180, right? So if I know this is 20 and these two are 80, that's this entire corner of the big triangle, right? So 80 and 20 is 100, right? And if that is 50, that would be 150. I know f has to be what's left. So 180 minus 50, f has to be 30 degrees. Okay? Because all three of these big angles have to add up to 180. Okay? So I solved for f. And then I can also solve for a here, right? 80 plus 20 is 100. Take that away from 180 and you get 80. So this would be 80 degrees. And what else do I know here? I can solve for I. So 60 and 50, that's 110. Take that away from 180, and you get 70 degrees. And since it's vertical with J, I know J is 70 degrees. And I know they're supplementary. It's supplementary with H, right? So 180 minus 70 is 110. So this is 110 degrees. And then I know that is vertical, so that's 110 degrees. And then I can use these to solve for C, right? So 20 plus 110 is 130. Take that away from 180 and you get 50 degrees. And now that I know that, I can solve for B. So that would be 130. So that would be 50 degrees. And then I know those two, so I can solve for D. So 50 and 70 is 120, so D has to be 60 degrees. And then I can solve for E, right? 30, 110, that's 140. Take that away from 180, you would get 40 degrees. And that's all the angles, right? A is 80, B is 50, C is 50, D is 60. You can't even see them there. I'm writing all the answers. E is 40, F was 30, G was not on there. I don't see a G. It's a good letter there, G. All right, H, there's a K there. Oh, I guess we're going to call that K. We'll call that K. So K is 110. H is 110. I was 70, and Jay was 70. Okay. That is all of the test review. That's everything that the test is going to have. I know it was kind of a long video, but again, if you have any questions or concerns, just talk to your teachers. We're here to help, and I'll see you guys around. See you out there.